So let me get everything situated. In this round, I'm going to be closing out the year 2025. I hit the mute button. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hit the mute button right over here when I was messing with it. Bummer. Hopefully, mainly I think I was answering that it's not a waste plant. It's a, whatchamacallit, a recreation center. All right. Okay, we'll just keep working it in. Slim picking so far, not seeing much movement at all. Maybe something may be lurking over here where it's a little bit sunnier. Okay. Sometimes I get them to strike there. Oh no. False alarm. I hooked a twig. Hooked into a twig. Okay. Let's just work it in again. I'll just start doing a little twitchy motion. Let me pick up the action here too, or pick up the line speed a little bit too. All right. I mean, who knows? Maybe I needed to bring the fly rod, but I didn't want to fish the fly rod today. I felt like this thing right here. Let's pop it out there. Okay, look at that. Took up all the line. Happy New Year. Awesome, awesome. Happy New Year. Let's see if we can close out 2025 with a fish. Good fishing day. Oh. Something popped. No. Man. Something tapped it. Oh, shoot. I think it was junk, though. Yeah. Little junk in the trunk. Little junk in the trunk. Okay. All right. Oh, man. Call out on the gift. Thank you for the gift. That was very nice of you. Appreciate the support. I hoping to keep doing this in 2026 here. Ultralight bait casting, fly fishing, kayak, fly fishing, kayak fishing. Got the John boat. 2026 should be another fun year of fishing, and hopefully you can join me on Average Angler. There's a hit. Oh, he had it. Barely had it. Hopefully you can join me on Average Angler Life. It's the rebranded channel from the COAF field team. I had to rebrand it when the guys finally told me, Glenn, team's not getting back together. So I'm like, all right, you don't have to hit me twice on the head. Let me rename it. So I gotta quit saying we and us and they and stick with I and stick to the correct description of yours truly's narration. Which is hard because I've been using that over the years, many years, because, well, there were 5 of us. And now there's 1. Something about kids and getting married and getting sidetracked, you know, some of that non-fishing stuff, if you know what I mean. All right, but here's 2026 coming up, so let's see if we can hook something in. Close out the year. And this outfit that I'm using, I don't think you can get this anymore. It's tough to get this Flight Feather Kingfisher, but they do have another version by Flight Feather. It's the Cormorant. That is takes what they did with this, gave it a different color, and basically some of the things that they don't have on this particular setup, which is the reel clicker, one of them, and it has a better braking system. They took the lessons learned off the Kingfisher and shifted it over to the Cormorant. I mainly got this because, well, it was under $200, and I can fish this out the box trout magnets with no modification. I can fish it with more line, but I tend to use less line for 2 reasons. When it gets away from me, I'd rather just be able to quickly recover from a backlash, and if I need a re-spool, then I just re-spool, just a 25 turn, 30 turn on it, and get back in business quickly. The other day when I had that big blow up, which happened when I came back and forward, I hooked onto the ground behind me, or to my side. Yeah, that was painful. I think some of the folks were on the live stream, and I think one individual was like, you know, cut the line, move on, and I'm like, I'm with you. Cut it, move on. Okay, let's go back over here by the culvert. Deeper water. Let's see if I can coax something out of there. All right. about maybe 4 to 6 foot. There is a little channel-like thing that comes over here that kind of follows the contour, does one of these things like this, and it kind of explains a lot of times when you're fishing that one particular area over there, you'll get some surprising hits, and that is mainly because of that canal or a channel. And the only reason why I know about it was over the years we had a drought year, 3 years, and this really dried up. And, yeah, you're there. You might as well take advantage of learning the contour. You got some turtles here. There's a culvert where it drops down. It's deeper there. That's where I'm hoping I might be able to coax one out. Shallow here. All these rocks that they built up over here, or this area here, got washed away when they built this, and all this stuff just came in here. So right here is like a little shallow point of debris that comes in to a point like a triangle, and right here is the deeper section here. A lot of times you can fish it, you know, at angles, and you will get a nice fish or two fishing that particular structure. And that was made when, well, I guess they timed their build wrong right during a really, really wet year and season, and right when they just finished up everything and got everything in place flooded over the banks and everything, back pond into the main pond into the lower pond, and yeah. So I think well, the erosion and everything, well, built that up, and now we have some structure though. All right, I'm gonna work this one shallow right over the structure. See if anything pops out. No. Okay. Over here, I used to come out here in the winter, all this time of year, take out a fly rod with a strike indicator and a little streamer, and I would just kind of let it drift right here in this thing, and I used to catch crappie here. Not so much anymore. It's been hit or miss when it comes to getting crappie. It's been a while, in other words. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of pop the little trout magnet along this deeper section. Maybe I might coax one of these guys to pop out, because we're in the 30s this morning. Now we're in the 50s. I think we're headed to the low 60s, so I'm hoping this increase in temperature might get them biting again here. Okay, where are you? I'm in Texas. Okay, I'm gonna drop it right in front of the culvert. Let's see if we'll get one to pop out of there. All right. And there's one year I caught one at another culvert, and I was using a 3-weight fly rod, and he took my fly and he ran into the culvert. So there's about a good 2-3 minutes where I'm fighting him while he's in that little concrete canal culvert thing or whatever. All right, wow, it's slim pickings. I don't see anything. Where are these guys lurking? I may have to go to the what's that one? I may have to go to the feeder creek and take out the fly rod. I can't close out the year with a strikeout. Bad juju, you know. Got to keep my mojo ready for 2026 here. All right, let's go back around. Okay. Got a slight chill in the air, even though it is warming up. Okay, let's try back out here. I'm just gonna pop it out here and maybe see if we can coax one of these guys to hit. This is a shallower pond, so maybe the water's warming up more so that they'll be more active and want to strike. Okay. Come on, let's feel it. Come on, let's feel it. All right, no? All right, working it faster. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna go on this one point and work this shallow area to my right as well as to my left. And let's see what happens. I had one hit over here right along these rocks, which is basically inches deep. And there was a little bass just kind of lurking over there. Oh, I just saw a bass go off. Little guy ran from the banks into the rocks. Let's see, maybe he's still lurking somewhere in those rocks. All right, I just kind of coaxed the little lure in that general direction. Let's go back this way too. Take it right up along this little grassy or leafy bottom. Bunch of leaves here, and see if I can kind of fan it out. Okay, let's get it a little bit out there. Okay. Come on, Mr. Fish. Just takes one. Come on. All right. Oh. Okay. Let's pop it out. Let's go out that way. Okay. Come on, Mr. Fish. I'm feeling it. It's gonna happen here. Yeah. All right. Let's take it over here by the rocks. Maybe that guy's still lurking there. No. Okay. Wind's coming in that way. Let's go and cast it out this way. This is that canal-like thing or channel. Let's kind of work it in there and let it dump a little bit. Kind of see if I can get it kind of close to the bottom as I work it in. No. Let's try that right there. Okay. Little twitch and a stop. Okay. All right. I get it. You guys playing hard to get. That's fishing. Okay. All right. Come on. Oh. Okay. Something just boiled on it. Jeez. Something boiled on it, but he didn't really hit it. Okay. It was a leaf. I snagged a leaf, but something came up right behind it. All right, and it didn't look like a turtle. Okay, let's try it again. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's keep going. Come back around this tree and I'll work this area to my left. Okay, this is where I spooked that one little guy. Looked like a bass. He had the shape of a bass. Okay, so let's see if I can coax something to strike. So when I was first starting out, I was fishing bait, and then I think I was like 6 years old, forget when, still in elementary school, and somehow I snagged into a lure, a white roadrunner curly tail that even had the tail chopped off. And I was using an old Zebco, what is it? Not 33, the 101. And yeah, I had a bass take it. And that was the first bass I ever caught on a lure. And ever since, I've been hooked. And then I got re-hooked when it came to a viewer saying, hey, Glenn, you need to try this ultralight bait casting setup or technique, which is basically a bait caster that can cast 1/8 ounce, 1/16 ounce, 1/32, 1 gram trout magnets. I mean, and it's addictive. I mean, yeah, okay, you can go out and get you a spin caster or ultralight spinning reel, but this is addictive. I hate to say it. Yeah, and I got into it initially. I didn't because the prices of these things were so high. It's like $400 or $500, and then Cast King came out with that Cast King Zephyr, and I was able to set myself up for under $100 and liked it so much I ended up buying a second one. Look at this, a second one with that when they came out with the real clicker, and then from there I ended up getting another one, Shimano Scorpion BFS XG, and then the Shimano Corrado, and then this guy right here. And then I got one more most recently, but I got it as a present for my son because those Shimano Corrados on that ugly stick 7-foot graphite elite using that 20-pound Yuzuri Super Braid is a perfect light tackle combo on the coast over here. We went to Galveston last year and just had a great time fishing for basically anything that bit, and having this little ultralight gear sure was fun catching. Well, I ended up getting a pompano, spadefish, played around with some needlefish, using some fish bites. Even had some Spanish Macs. Actually, well, I had a Spanish Mac on, but I ended up cutting my line. I forgot about Spanish mackerel having those sharp teeth, and I didn't put a wire leader on, and he easily cut my line. But lesson learned. My tackle-backs now, I have, let's see, 12-inch as well as I think 18-inch wire leader or wire ready to go for next round. Okay, all right, let's keep going. I got some folks over here. We'll come back around, and then from there I'm thinking I may have to just shift over and grab the fly rod and see if I can kick something over there at the feeder creek, because usually there's something lurking there. All right, let's go work this between these two. Nope, not yet. All right, let's just kind of cast it out and just keep checking the shallows here. Maybe these guys are starting to get active. Maybe they're getting active. Maybe they're not. All right. And I would use this at the feeder creek, but this thing will sink way too quick to work at the feeder creek. I'd have to move it really quickly, and they'd have to be in a jumpy mood to want to strike this thing quickly before it sinks. So, yeah, I may shift over to that here shortly. First, let's keep working it here. All right, what do we got here? You caught anything? No, not yet. But I'm certainly trying hard. Trying not to strike out here in the last quick trip, fishing trip of 2025 for yours truly. Got some ducks here. All right, let's see if I can coax something out of here. Right by these trees, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing much activity at all. It's kind of bummer right now. Holy cow. All right. Yeah, all I saw were some little bluegill. I did see those bass earlier. Okay. But I'm thinking I may have to call it and switch to some small flies and see if I can get them to hit on the fly. All right, little micro style fishing maybe. All right, let's do that here. All right, let me go head back to the pickup truck here. I'll keep rolling it. I think I've got about another 30 minutes before the battery will shut down on me. So, and I didn't bring the connector to charge while I'm connected to an external microphone. All right, what am I using? I'm using a trout magnet right here. 1 gram trout magnet on a ultralight bait casting setup. Okay, right there. But I'm getting ready to switch to a fly rod, and I'm gonna head to the two places, the feeder creek, as well as back over there by the waterfall where I saw some of these guys lurking, little sunfish. So, and it's basically little fish. These guys are little. All right, so let me head back over here, get this thing set up, and then I'm not sure how much time I'll have left on the phone because it's been streaming here, and think it lasts about an hour 45 or so. So may have another 30 minutes, and that'll give me 30 minutes to basically catch the last fish of the year and not strike out. All right, let me just get this situated. All right, so I got that there, and then head across here. Okay, I usually carry a backup rods in my pickup, you know, because of that emergency need to fish, be it on the commute from the day job. May have yours truly saying, "Hey, let's go grab the micro fly rod." In this case, or not this case. This is a fiberglass 2-weight, or yeah, 2-weight. Oh man, I got it snagged. 2-weight fishing outfit. Bear with me. You can see some of the gear I have in here. Also, it's like some super dupers and whatnot. But man, there we go. Got it free, and I guess I better bring some flies. Backup flies right here. Backup flies, just in case. All right, let's put that there. Put the fly box here. Close it out. And this is a 2-weight Cabela's CGR right here. And I believe I have a little soft hackle on it right now. 3-piece. All right, let me lock the pickup truck here. I drive a Toyota Tacoma 2024. Before that, I had a 1996 Toyota Tacoma, first generation, with about 300,000 miles on it before someone crashed into it and totaled it while it was sitting in the front of my house. And what's weird is that thing was still getting 30 miles to the gallon. Manual, stick, little four-hanger. So now I've gotten the 4th generation Tacoma. I like it. It's not the manual. It's got it's an automatic, and it's the 2.4 liter turbo, so it acts like a 6. And I tend to drive a little faster than I used to when I had that little 4-banger standard. Okay, some real BS here. Real BS. I don't know. I do this as a podcast too, so I have to keep talking, make sure folks can hear on the podcast. So that's the main reason. So sorry for that. Anyhow, let's go and head to the let's go to the waterfall area and see if I can coax one to strike on this little soft hackle. Right here. Saw a few little guys over there, so I think we might be able to catch a few fishies there. Okay. All right. So yeah. And this is a live stream, no editing, so yeah, it's fishing. Sometimes you don't get diddly. But you can, hopefully, if you have any questions, throw them out, as well as, you know, it's what it is. Some days you don't get anything. And right now, one of the telltales is I don't see the fish activity that I see in the shallows normally. Let's see, there's something over here though. Looks like a little bluegill. Let's see if I can get him to strike. All right, just, all right, little soft hackle. No, I can't tell if he's still there. Drop it right on top of him and see what happens. Oh, he's looking at it. Okay. All right. Got one that may be interested. Little soft tackle. Let's see. I'm just going to drag it slowly through and see if he'll hit it. Not very big. Doesn't look too interested though. Okay. Let me drag it right in front of him maybe. Maybe he'll come strike it. Yeah, they're picky today. They're picky. All right, let's go to the waterfall. And then from the waterfall, we'll go to the feeder creek. See if we can do some sight casting at those guys. Go from there. All right, take up some line. Oh, we got some more chatter. Let's see what we got here in the conversation. Okay, just say you like hearing us talk about nothing of relevance. I don't know about that. I find that if no one is on the live stream and I don't hear myself talk, yeah, and I find that I get more engagement when you talk. If you're silent, people just come and go. You know, same reason why I like using this setup that I'm using now, the Android phone on a neck harness, streaming directly to YouTube. I get a lot more views that way than if I go and bring out the action cameras and all that. But hey, it's a bunch of stuff that if you got a question, I'll ask it, and I'll let you know what I know about it. Fishing related, of course, or if you want to talk about this stuff. Had some other folks join. They were asking some crazy stuff, so those you just block. All right, what else we got? All right, does anyone have any other things they want to call out? And yeah, I tend to talk more non-fishing when the bite's slow. So back over here is where I spooked those 3 bass that were lurking over here by the waterfall. Right back over here, okay? And here is where the waterfall, where I had a bunch of these little guys playing around. Let's see if I can coax them to strike and on this little soft tackle, okay? Very shallow here, but usually these guys will want to play. Let's see. I did set up one other fly on a micro fly rod that uses a size 32 hook. That one I was going to try doing some micro fishing and getting a picture of some of these little guys that you can catch. All right, let's see. Doesn't look like they want to play much. Come on, come on. No. See if you can trail in it. All right, let's take it out a little bit further by the rocks here. And you have to do a lot of narration because when you podcast it, there's no visual. No one listens to a podcast if there's no sound. So yeah. You guys could certainly ask the question if you want, and I'll maybe shift the conversation if you want. Let's see. I'm out. Okay. All right. Come back next time when maybe there's a better bite. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. But I think that's what it's called. In real life, live streaming. Doesn't mean it's going to be exciting. Which, I get it. I do the same thing. I'll flip-flop between different streams as well. The action's slow. It's part of the game, isn't it? Okay, there's a little guy chasing it, but... man. These guys really don't want to play today. Alright. I may have to just run to the feeder creek. See if I can coax something out of there. Come on, come on. Right there? No? Back out. Okay, right there. Let's try here. Believe it or not, I caught a trout here one year. Actually, 2 trout. The upper pond where they stock trout flooded over, and they got pushed into this lower pond, and some of them actually got caught up in that canal as well as right here. And I was able to get them on some flies, and that was pretty fun. And what's cool is, well, they make a little tasty dinner All right, but right now, thinking we need to call it and move to another spot. All right, let's go back under and head to the other ponds and take a look over there real quick. Okay, howdy, stick man. How's it going? Trying to catch a fish. That's all we're trying to do before to close out 2025. And I was trying to trout magnet earlier. Now I've shifted to a soft tackle and some fly rod gear instead of the ultralight bait casting BFS gear because, well, they just didn't want a trout magnet. They were not in the mood, but we did have that front come through. I think the other day I caught 9 bass, and the day before that 10 before the front came in. So I think we're at that point where they're just getting over this front passing. So the bite's going to be a lot slower than normal. And, well, we'll see. All right, main pond, where we were earlier. We're going to go head back over here. There's the Veterans Memorial, where we were earlier as well. I'm just going to cut across and head to the feeder creek. See if I can get some visual of some of those little guys that usually lurk in there. And I can make sure I don't strike out for 2025. Go with a sure thing, you know. Of course, now I'm going to strike out. Any bites? No, I've been denied. They are playing hard to get today. All right. So let's walk across here. Head out to Feeder Creek. Now, this is the back pond where I was earlier also. And the main pond right over here where those guys are standing, just past them into that large tree behind them. That's where that one culvert was, where I tried fishing it to see if they were deeper and was denied again. All right. So at this point, I'm mainly just trying to get something to bite and go from there. And I went light, a little 2-3 weight Echo Ion fly reel, the Cabela's 2-weight CGR fiberglass 3-piece rod, and I got a 3-weight weight forward line. All right, it's a fun rod. I've caught some decent fish with it, but it is very bendy. Okay, and since it's fiberglass, it is a lot more slower action than your graphites. And the main thing you got to do is just remember to wait on the back cast, because it's going to take it longer to set on your back cast with this thing because of that slower action. And this is the outfit I used on the Blue River to catch some of the trout that I caught that weekend. That was a fun trip. Mainly working, let's see, over there by Hughes Crossing, by this one particular spot that had a deep hole. And I brought my pant waders and was able to get in there and do a little fishy and got them on there. Okay. All right, what else we got? Okay. Got some folks doing some frisbee golf. We'll let them pass. Let me go over here by this culvert. Oh, there's a lot of junk in it right now. Usually, this is actually about maybe 4 to 6 feet deep at times. Right here by this water deal. That's where I mentioned where I caught a bass and he went under and into this culvert, and I had to find him a couple of minutes before I got him out. He's using a 3-weight fly rod, 10-footer, and I was Euro nymphing. Oh man, it is really clobbered here right now. Can't even see in there. All right, let's keep going. Okay, heading back, yeah. So I'm just kind of walking up to this feeder creek now. The mouth of the feeder creek has been usually a consistent spot for little bass and bluegill lurking there, as well as an occasional larger bass. I think a 6-pounder was caught here 1-2 years ago, I think, by some fly fishermen at the local fly fishing club. Came out here and one of the guys rocked. Oh, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4 bass, 5 bass. Wow. Jeez. right here in the feeder creek, right at the mouth. Wow. Jeez. There's another one. Okay. Oh, man. Bummer. That was about 10 of them. And they're still there. Just, ooh, I don't know if they're going to hit a little fly like this. All right. Yeah, there's another one over there. Wow. Yeah, that's way too small for these guys. All right, let's let them sit. Felt like that. 4 or 5 of them. We'll go to the feeder creek, play around with them, and then maybe I'll shift to another fly that may be bigger and try working it right in that feeder. Okay, and then as I'm coming up, I'm gonna look into the shallows of the feeder creek just in case there's some lurking here. Inches of water, really. All right. Okay, keep going. All right, but yeah, that was about 10, I'd say 2-pounders. But luckily, I've got the proof ball with me, so if I get one, I'll be able to get an AI measurement of them. All right, where did I put the proof ball? Shoot, it's this little orange round ball looking thing that you use to measure fish using a picture of it. Let's see. All right, where'd you go? I don't know. Okay. Tell me I moved it to another spot. No, that's not it. Huh. Oh, there it is. I put it in a different pocket. I got this fly vest, fishing vest, and it has a lot of pockets. Let's grab it. There it is. The proof ball right there. And I've not been able to use it today because I haven't caught anything yet. But hoping I can fix that here in a moment. So let's move up. Okay. Here's Little Feeder Creek again. I don't see anything lurking there. Oh, now I do. Little bluegill and sunfish. All right, nice and clear too. Yeah, I may have to switch over to a streamer and try coaxing one of those bass to strike. All right, I'm just gonna scope the area here. Coming up on the pool of the feeder creek, the deeper section, where there may be a fish or two lurking, and hopefully I can get them to strike. All right, let's see, I'm tangled. Okay. Looks like there's some. Okay, guess someone's over there trying to do their frisbee golf. It went into the water there. I thought they're supposed to say 4, like they do in golf. Okay, let's see. Yeah, bummer. They're not doing good today. All right. Okay, there's one lurking. Okay, there's one little guy looking at it. He actually hit it. There's a bigger one. All right. Yeah, I guess we're microfishing today. All right, first fish this trip is going to be little sunfish, it looks like. Or yeah, sunfish. All right, so let's proof ball it and see if I can get a picture of him so I can show how big he was. Okay, so let's see. Bad angle. Sun is this way. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. All right, I didn't strike out. No strikeout. Oh, shoot. A little sunfish lurking there. Actually, a bigger one popped out right before this guy hit, or right when this guy hit. So, all right, well, I feel better now. Okay, so let's get this guy back in the water. All right, and let's see if we can coax that other bigger one to come out here in a moment. Okay. All right, they're just right in here. And all I'm doing is I'm just kind of popping the little soft tackle, oops, into the water, letting it sink and trying to bring it up close to the feeder dealie. It's over there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Skipped like right perfectly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it has a little suction cup at the end.
Oh, nice. All right. All right. Little frisbee golfing. All right. Here's some little guys. Here's one looking at it. He's little though. He's like, geez. All right. Let me take it out here. Maybe I can get one of these little fingerling bass to strike. Another little guy again. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's try this. I'm gonna just put it right over the overhang and drop it and see if I can get one of those bigger ones to come out and pop it that are lurking right in the overhang. Okay. Or undercut, I think is what it's called. Okay, just let it sink, bounce it a little. No. All right, let's go back out here. Get my shadow out of the way. Got some leaves. Let's see. All right, let's go over here. Sometimes I'll get them to run off from the rocks, this shallower area where these rocks are. Yeah, I'm starting to see some moving now. They're little, but I'm desperate. I needed to make sure this day did not end with a strikeout, so pressure's off now. Got me one little sunfish to close out 2025. Bring in 2026 here shortly. Okay. And just using a little orange soft tackle. Okay. Looks like no takers. All right. Okay. So those guys were lurking by the undercut. Let's take it back over here. I just spooked some right there. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can coax another one to come out. No. Okay. No. All right. Let's go over here real quick. Dump it over here. See if I can get one more to come out. And then I think I'm going to switch to a different fly and see if I can coax one of those bass by the feeder creek to strike. Because it seems like they're not anywhere in the ponds except in the in that spot, it looks like. Because I didn't see hardly anything other than that one bluegill in the main pond. It's been slim pickings. All right, let's go back. Okay, what do we got here? I'm back. All right, cool. Thanks for joining. It's been brutal. There is some bass that were lurking over here, right at the mouth of the feeder creek going into the back pond. Before I go there, I wanted to try this soft hackle again. See if I can get another fish in this spot where there's some lurking. I can see some little guys moving around, but I'm trying to target one of those sunfish or bluegill that are lurking right over here by this undercut. And trick there is just really just get your fly out and get it up close to the bank and see if you can get one to dart out and pop it. All right, let me see if I can come in a little bit more. All right. Okay. There's a bunch of them running around and moving about, but if you can just get it right there in front of them, you might be able to get one of these little guys to strike that are lurking right under this undercut. So let me position myself so I can get it right there. And see if I can get one to dart out. No. Okay, one. Ooh, shoot. One came out briefly. He swiped at it, but he didn't hook. Try it again. It's going to drift it in close. See a lot of bugs in the water, so they should be feeding on something. Okay, I got it in close. No. All right, let's try back here. That one's sinking. Nope. All right, let's try over here on the edge of these. I did get a little what do you call it? Little fingerling bass out of here. Fishing similar method, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to drag it through. Nah, these guys don't want to play. All right. Okay, let's switch to a streamer. Okay, me and my dad are going to go fishing. I was wondering if you can give us some fishing tips. Man, the grid and what are you fishing for? And where are you fishing? First thing, yeah. And then let's see where that takes us. All right. And then let me go ahead and switch this out and see if I can put on a bigger fly that may get one of these bass lurking to strike. Okay. All right. So there's a lot of these little fingerlings moving around. So they may want a little streamer fly. Only problem though is there's a lot of junk there. I still haven't cleaned out my fly box from the other day's trip. It's really trashed. I kept having to switch flies and everything to finally find one that they would take. Let's see. All right, where is it? Oh, here we go. Little caddis. I'll fish it wet. Little elker caddis. It's kind of beat up. Really beat up. We'll fish it wet and see what happens. Trying to keep it. There's a bunch of debris and leaves and stuff that'll mess with this thing. So I'm hoping I can kind of drop it in there and get it to sink a little bit, and might coax one of these bass to strike. Okay, let's go ahead and get this tied on, and let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, they're still there. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stacked up right now in the feeder creek. About 1 to 2 pounders, and they are probably really spooky right now, so when I cast it may spook them. I'll try being as light as possible, but it's maybe a little tough here. So let's see if I can get this cleaned up real quick, and hopefully this will mimic something that they want coming out of the feeder creek. All right, let's just kind of get a feel for distance. Oh yeah, there's another one there. Oh, wow, there's a bunch there. All right, let me just pop it right there. Okay, bluegill looking at it. Little bluegill looking at it. Dang it. Got into the junk already. So bluegill looked at it, and there's about 10 bass just doing nothing, waiting for something. Hopefully my fly. Okay. All right, let me see. Let's just kind of drop it right in there. Ah, it's in the junk. Let me see if I can coax it out of there. Ah. Okay, there we go. If I just do a little twitch motion, got some bluegill looking at it. All right. Got some bass looking at it too, but not the bigger ones that were there. Okay. Come on, come on. Got it. That junk is really making it tough, because I'll drop the fly right there and all that junk, and it just doesn't work. Okay. Okay. One looking at it, 2 looking at it. Okay. Okay. It's sinking slow enough. Here's one looking at it now. Come on, take it. Ah. Playing hard to get. All right, let's take one further out. All right. It's in the junk again. All these pine needles are making it tough for me to present the fly. But they're still lurking here. They haven't spooked on me yet, so that's promising. Okay. Come on, come on. Okay. All right. Yeah, there they are. They're moving through this area here, deeper section. Now I just got to figure out what they want to strike. Had one bluegill look at it. Yeah, one bluegill look at it. All right, let's switch. Let's try something like a little streamer, and we'll try working it underneath this green stuff and see if, or this brown stuff, and see if they'll hit. Find a nice pond and be patient. Duck hunting across the way. Mission, but better in the wider creeks. Going duck hunting. All right, cool. Yeah. I used to duck hunt. For some reason now I just don't like waking up that early in the cold. You know, it's fun though, as well as deer hunting. All right, it's unreal here. There's 10 bass stacked up in this feeder creek right now. I can see them well with my polarized glasses. So let's see. I got this squirmy worm. They might want that. Let's try that. And let me see if I can. Well, I don't want to get too close, but let me see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's 10 bass right in this small section of water. I'd say they're 1 to 2 pounders, no bruisers, but certainly a lot more than we saw in the rest of the ponds. Okay, and you know we are coming to the other end of a cold front that came through, so maybe that's what they're doing, is they're just kind of staging over there for now, and then they'll start moving back to the main pond when things warm up. All right, there's some bluegill in there too, and normally I'll see this activity throughout the whole pond, near the shallows and some particular spots, but this time they're just right here, and we hit all 3 ponds, skipped the trout pond, but yeah, so let's see if I can coax one of these guys to strike. Yeah, the pressure's off now that I caught one already, so. Oh, there's a bigger one in the mix though. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there's a bigger one in the mix. Okay, well, let's see if a squirmy worm might convince him to strike. Okay. Okay, one looked at it. Okay. I'm gonna let it bounce. Just kind of Ned rig it, like just kind of bounce it on the bottom, see if I can coax him to strike. Wow. Okay, one's looking at it. Little, I think a bluegill. Little bluegill. All right, let's take it out here where it's deeper. Okay. Man, there's several right here right now. It's weird. They just don't want to play. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Would have thought they would have hit a squirmy worm. That looks like food, you know? Bounce it again. All right, let's take it out here. Maybe they'll hit it as it, got some junk on that one. No, there we go. More junk. Let's take it out a little bit further. Just let it sink and see what happens. Man, I wonder if I need to go to that mop fly. Let's try that. Okay. I don't know if I brought any, but we'll see. Mop fly's cool because I can let it kind of wiggle down to the bottom, and it'll hopefully stay up too. Yeah, here's one. Little mop fly. Let's see if they'll come and hit that. That looks like a tasty morsel, maybe. All right. All right. Come on. We'll just do a simple clinch knot, improve clinch knot. I think this is 4-pound tippet. I think I can get away with a clinch knot. Yeah, okay. All right, let's get it in there. Okay, that one hit bottom quick. Bounced it. Let's go back here. Now, wow. Wonder if I need to put the indicator on and just kind of fish an indicator, let it float. Let me put an indicator on, and I'll set it fairly shallow, since they're running shallow right now. Trying everything right now. But luckily I got one. One little guy. All right, let's make it shallower. All right. And oh wow. Now I'm seeing a whole bunch of these bluegill moving through this feeder creek, coming out of the feeder creek and into the shallows. Let's see if I can show you guys. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see it. They're right in that darker area. Come on, pop out. No? Yeah. All right, they're there. Okay. Yeah, that one's right on the bottom. Let's cast it out a little bit further, maybe. Okay, there we go. Maybe it just needs to linger just above their heads. Okay. No takers again. All right, let's go further out. It's interesting. Okay. It's like slim picking so far. Let's go further out. Maybe they're this area out here. Yeah, everything seems to be just kind of sitting there, not really wanting to hit anything. Let's see, did I bring some more line? I don't know if I did. Yeah, that might be it. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take this indicator off. I'm trying to fish for these bass, but they're just toying with my feelings at this point. So luckily I'll be able to close out the year with at least one fishy on. And didn't strike out, but thinking I'm boring you guys with this, but I want to show you that I'm not making up anything here. There are bass lurking in this creek, this feeder creek, so as well as bluegill. All right, so I'm gonna move over here to my right, and I'm gonna see if I can show you what I mean. Okay, let's see if I can coax my way here, and let's see. Let me make it wider. Okay, they were in this thing, and they came out this way. All right, there's some movement there. Okay. And it's just inches of water, less than a foot. Then it drops off to about 2. Okay. Okay, I think I see one over here on the edge. Right here on the edge. All right, let me see. Having a hard time being able to focus on it. Okay, I'll just stand here. Maybe they'll come by without me spooking them by just standing here quietly. But just kind of look in those light areas. There we go. There they are. Those are bluegill. Earlier there were 10 bass moving about. Okay, there's one lurking over here to the right. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm gonna move up a little bit. So yeah, a lot of times they'll just kind of come into this little feeder creek and lurk. It's hard to fish it right now because of all those leaves and whatnot, clobbering the fly. Let's see if I can get another school to go by. And it's pretty cool. I'll be just sitting here and all of a sudden 10 will pop up. All right, so I take that out. Let's see, can you see anything? All right, put that back on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see if I can get another one or see if another one will come cruising by again. Come on, where'd you guys go? Something over here lurking in this green stuff right over here. But I can't get a good glimpse of them, and since I got my prescription glasses off right here on the phone, I can't really see well now, other than I do see some shadows go by. But right now I don't see that school of bluegill that went by. Where'd they go? Okay. Edge up just a little bit more. Okay. All right, where'd they go? And what happens is they'll go underneath all this junk right here, and then they'll pop right out. I'll walk away, walk right back up on them again. They'll be here again. Just, they are definitely closed mouth right now. All right. All right. Okay, I don't see them anymore. Just walk it back a little bit. Okay. All right, I need to take my glasses here. Let's see if I can see again. Okay, bluegill went by. I don't see the bass. Let's see if they went further out. Yeah, there we go. There's one cruising out that way now. He's coming over here. They'll probably come back around and they'll be in here again. Okay. Let's see. All right. No, I'm not seeing them there. All right. Okay, we'll let them rest and pick it up another day. But okay, well, it was a tough one little sunfish, and then other than that, it was that's fishing. Live stream fishing, it's basically hit or miss. In this case, it was more of a miss than a hit. I got one sunfish to close out 2025. But hey, I did spend a little fun time out here, and you guys were able to join me. And apologize for those that don't like the talking too much, but I got to do it since this is also a podcast on Spotify. Real Cast Fishing. It's we're on Spotify, or I'm on Spotify. Right now, it's just replaying these things. But eventually, anyone want to do one of these go live together interviews or whatnot, I'm open. As long as we're talking fishing, I definitely talk fishing. All right, with that, all for now. And here's to 2026. More to come. Hopefully, we'll get more bites as well. All right, all for now. Next time we catch another. Good luck. Good fishing.